there's many times that real life situations can be modeled by linear equations, and so we call this a linear model. And just in general, the word model means that we're taking something in the real world and we're likening it to some kind of math concept. So in this example, we have Bob and Dan, and we're trying to figure out how old they are. And so we got to break up the information kind of that we're given. Bob is 5 years older than Dan. So Bob is older than Dan, so we're going to make Dan be X. And Bob is Dan's age plus 5, because he's 5 years older than Dan. Together, the sum of their ages is 41. So if I add Bob and Dan together, I should get 41. Wow, all of a sudden now we have an equation that we can solve, because x plus x is 2x. Then we can subtract 5 and get 2x equals 36. Divide both sides by 2. And we get that x equals 18. That means that Dan is 18. And then with a little bit of work, we know that Bob, however you spell Bob, Bob is 18 plus 5, which is 23. So there are a wide range of questions like this that they could give us, where there's kind of steps that they talk about going through, and the first step typically is, to name something X and then figure out what the rest of the problem would be compared to that X. So that's why I said, well, let's make Dan X, and then Bob we can make X plus 5. So you just kind of have to try out a lot of these problems and get used to how they work.